So in this video we're going to talk about the foundation that I'm going to be placing the beehives on. This was built out of scrap that I had laying around. Is it overbuilt? Well, it's hard to say. The horizontal beams are 4x6 Doug fir, and the 3 cross supports and the 4 feet are made out of redwood. They're all untreated, and the reason why I don't like to use treated wood for these foundations is because the bees do eventually walk on them, and I don't need them picking up any pesticides or anything out of a pressure treated lumber or anything treated with any mold or mildew insecticide stuff that's gonna damage the bees or their productivity. And these guys have enough of a challenge with the environmental pollutions that they're going to face on a regular basis, and they don't need any around their house. So with that being said, I'll get off my soapbox. This was a 12-foot beam, 4x6 beam, so I cut it in half. So this thing's 6 feet long. It's about 21 inches wide. The outer dimension's about 21 inches. And this would comfortably house 3 complete stacked hives. I'm going to set these feet, and I'll show you how I built it. I'll flip it over and show you how I built it. The feet are going to set on these concrete blocks. And I'm going to try something different. I tapered the bottom of the feet. So there's a smaller, it's about 1.5 inches, the actual contact point that's going to contact the ground is 1.5 inches. Now, any of you pest control guys out there, or anybody that's dealt with bed bugs or anything of that sort of biting insects, there's a theory called interceptor. And the theory on the interceptor is that there are dishes that are placed under the 4 posts or feet of a bed, and it disallows any bugs from crawling up from the ground onto the bed, assuming that there are no sheets or covers or anything touching the floor that they could ladder up. So I'm going to try something new on this setup that I've never tried before. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I know I have ants up on the hill. We do get ants, and the ants are gonna just play havoc in the hive, and I don't need, again, the bees already have enough of a challenge just doing what they do. They don't need to be fighting off any rogue little black ants that we get up there. So the intention is to set these pie tins. I'm gonna take these pie tins and I'm gonna set them under the feet, similar to that. And then what that'll allow me to do is that will allow me, there's a stray dog running around my yard, that will allow me to fill those pie tins with water. And what that won't allow is any crawling critters like an ant or anything to climb up into the hives and have a feast. Now that is under the assumption that I keep the grasses and the plants around this base from growing up and laddering, giving them the ability to ladder into the hive. So let's talk less, and let's show you where I'm going to put this thing. You know, it's funny. You can think of something and plan something out in your head, and it seems right in your head. Oh, that looked like that'd be a good spot. Put the beehives right here by the lemon tree. Yeah, no. It was pretty intrusive. The slope here is pretty significant, where the base would be really high on the low side of the hill, which doesn't affect my functionality of almost tripped on myself, which doesn't affect the functionality of the hive, because I don't access the hive from the face. I come around from the backside, not from the opening, so they don't think I'm a threat. But anyhow, I put it here and I didn't like it, so let me show you where I moved it. So what I did was I take it and I shifted it over here to this side of the property, up the hill a little bit farther, to where the earth is just a little more level and it makes more sense. I could put it up on the flat part. My hands, I've been digging. I could put it up on the flat part of the property, because the property from like this edge goes back another 160 or 180 feet, but there's a road that accesses, a dirt road, but there's a dirt road there that the county accesses to service storm drains. And the kids walk around back there, you know, and they ride their bikes and build tree houses and stuff. So I don't want the beehive visible to that county road back there, because I don't need any stupid kids throwing rocks at my beehive. That bummed me out a little bit. So the crows are pissed. The hawks must be eating their eggs again. That's awesome. So I have a little stairway here. I don't know if you can see the stairwell. And then, well, anyway, let's go up and take a look. And the apple tree's just going nuts. It's going nuts. So right here by the lemon tree was where I was going to put it, but I think I found a better spot. Let's go back here. This is not visible from our bedroom, the back bedroom there, which is nice. Yeah, those are what I'm going to use for the interceptors. I don't have them in there yet because I don't have a beehive on here yet, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Yeah, and then we'll do a front to back. Good enough for government work. And then my plan, and that's pretty solid. I've already been standing on it. Here's the stairway that leads up to the back of the property. But the plan is I'm going to be standing on the high side of the hill here, which puts me towering over the top of the hive, which is pretty cool. But I have all those redwood planks, those 2x12s and 2x10 and 2x8s. So I'm going to build about a 24-inch deck, little decking back here. Whoa. Did you see that light balance? What the hell was that all about? Stupid camera. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. A little decking about 24 inches back that way so I can stand on a platform so I'm not negotiating the slope of the hill. But I think that'll work. Yeah, and it's facing the right direction. As I mentioned before, it's kind of desirable to have them face the morning sun, so you want an east or a southeasterly facing. Let's see where we are here. So this hill is actually facing a little few degrees northeast, but it'll be fine. It gets the first rays of sun as they crest over the mountain in front of my house, and which is what you want. You want that morning sun to bump the activity level up of the bees. And I can't quite pivot this anymore anyway, so it's gonna have to work. I mean, I could take this whole thing and rotate it 10 or 12 degrees this way, but I don't think it's that critical. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let me do a little something back here, and yeah, and I'll show you what we get. And what is nice when you're standing down here on the patio having a little fire or a little barbecue or something, the beehive's way over here, so nobody's bothered. That's probably a good 60 feet away from where I am. Yeah, 55, 60 feet from where I am. And quite honestly, if you're more than about 20 feet from the hive, you'll never even know it exists. So that's pretty cool. I like that idea better. I do like that idea better.